Greetings, fam. In a follow-up to my Lost Generation video, I wanted to do this video about celebrities who also behave very badly on social media. It dawned on me that one of the reasons that a lot of young people misbehave on social media is because they see their idols misbehaving. And so, you've got these celebrities who are spouting off all types of rhetoric, and then you've got their followers and their fans and the people who idolize them mimicking this behavior. So today's video, the title I gave it is Desperate House Niggers. And the reason I use that title is, for one, the behavior of some of these people borders on desperate. And then house niggers because they're already in position. You're already a star. So why do you feel you have to now choose this time to clown, to coon? And this is what a lot of them do. They become famous and then they think they can get away with anything. And in a lot of cases they do. And when I use the term niggers, for those of you who have a problem with it, it is, in my definition of the word, ignorant people. That's what it means. It means anyone who acts like a damn fool. So without any further ado, welcome to this edition of Desperate House. Okay, I'm going to kick it off with someone who actually is supposed to be very smart. You're a doctor, Phil. But he posed this question on Twitter. If a girl is drunk, is it okay to have sex with her? Reply yes or no to Dr. Phil. Now, don't you already know the answer to that? And I get it. He hashtagged teens accused. So he's taking it out of a news story where some teens were accused of molesting a girl when she was drunk. But everybody knows that that's not okay, because how can an inebriated person give consent? So Dr. Philly, Kourtney Kardashian, she had nothing better to do with her day but ask, do ants have dicks? I'm assuming she's referring to penises. And really, Kourtney, are you picking up ants and looking at their little bodies searching for a penis? I mean, good grief. Is there nothing else to do in the Kardashian house? Anyway, moving on. Jaden Smith, in his infinite wisdom, he said, if everybody in the world dropped out of school, we would have a much more intelligent society. You lost me on this, Jaden, because I can see you're probably making a statement about the quality of education in our current school system. And you would be correct, in that assessment that it's not that great. But dropping out of school is not the answer. So I hope that the 3,617 people that retweeted this is not agreeing with you. I'm hoping they retweeted it because it was just that stupid and they wanted to share it and laugh at you. Amanda Bynes, she's always saying something inappropriate on Twitter, but here she goes at Drake, which this is a case of TMI, too much info, but she's telling Drake and anybody else who visits her page what she wants him to do to her vagina. And I wonder if she got a tweet back. Anyway, Chris Brown. Now, he's not known for making the wisest remarks, but here he is. A mind is a waste if it can't create. And this is not an autocorrect mistake, because even if you're typing waste, if you know how to type it as in a waste of time, then you would begin with W-A-S. So this is the fact that he just really didn't know how to spell it. And so he began typing waste as in your stomach, anyway. Mary J. Blige, here she is. She's asking people, why is it that people always try to estimate my intelligence? They should never do that. Well, the reason might be this very, you answered your own question, because this is not clear, Mary. We don't know what the heck you're talking about. First of all, intelligence, you have it spelled wrong. So that's, for starters, could very well be the reason why people are trying to estimate it. And then the grammar is totally off. I mean, I get it. You're asking a good question, and we shouldn't do that. But this is bringing drama into my life, so I'm going to move on. Okay, Jocelyn Hernandez, and this borders on bragging, but here she is saying, well, whoever got my credit card, got my wallet with my 1,500 cash and my credit card and passport, you will be on Channel 7 News because you were up under a candy camera. Okay, where do I begin with this? Well, first of all, who's ever teaching you English should also teach you how to spell English, and credit card is spelled without the C. Also, if they were under a candy camera, then chances are they got away because the candy camera is not real. I'm guessing she was trying to say candid camera, like the old TV show. And you're telling your age, Jocelyn, by the way, because that show hasn't been on in about 30 years. But nonetheless, moving on. Kenneth Cole. Okay, this is just shameless promotion. Millions are in uproar in Cairo. Rumor is they heard our new spring collection is now available online. No, Kenneth. The millions that are in uproar in Cairo is because those people are suffering, and there's war and there's poverty and there are things going on that have nothing to do with your stupid collection. Paris Hilton. I never thought she was a smart person, but I didn't think she was this dumb. No, no, I didn't go to England. I went to London. Guess what, Paris? London is in England. Moving on. Okay, here's MTV. They, yikes, at Rihanna's marijuana photos from Coachella spark controversy. And then Rihanna, who is not known for having a lot of class, she's like, MTV, yikes, at Rihanna, ran out of F's to give. And, I get it. You want to fight back because they're talking about you, but I could see if it was a lie. You smoke weed in public every chance you get. So what? Someone saw it and had something to say about it. All right, here's another one, self-promoter. I'm like so pretty. This is Nicole Richie. No, sweetie, you're not. First of all, she's so bony. That face reminds me of the old poison bottles, the face that used to be on there. Remember those? Well, anyway, no, you got it wrong. It's one thing to, well, no, it's never good to big up yourself. Let others do it. Okay, moving on. I never really wanted to go to Japan simply because I do not like eating fish. And I know that's very popular out there in Africa. Brittany, you're... She starts out talking about Japan because she doesn't want to eat fish, and then she attributes it to Africa. Totally different place. But hey. Kim Kardashian, she's, oh my God, Beyonce killed it. And when Destiny Child came out, that made my life. Then she goes on to show her stupidity. I heard there was this little football game at the Beyonce concert today. Is that true? Okay, first of all, it was the Super Bowl. So if anything, it was Beyonce at the Super Bowl, not the other way around. But Kim, I guess Kanye didn't teach you that. All right, Mike, my favorite. I guess I'm going to fade into Bolivian. No, Mike, you're going to fade into oblivion. And I doubt that seriously because you've got such a wild rep that I don't think anyone will ever forget you. But you need to learn the difference between Bolivian and oblivion. So what he's trying to say is he's going to fade into, obscurity and no one's going to know who he is. But I don't think you have to worry about that, Mike. Really? Okay, Lance Armstrong. Well, this is always a great idea. Put your phone number on Twitter. Hey, you bet. Happy to help. Call my cell. Take care, L. And over 2,000 people retweeted the phone number. So if you couldn't get through, well, that's why. Arnie. Always something bright to say. I think gay marriage is something that should be between a man and a woman. Not quite, Arnie, but good try. Okay, Here is Kim again. And Nigeria, it is such a disgusting country. Now, before I read the whole tweet, I just want to say, pay attention, all you black people that worship this woman, because this is what she thinks. Nigeria is such a disgusting country. I couldn't wait to leave. Laughing out loud, Scott said their women look like apes, and I agree. I wonder if Yeezy had a chance to read this before he married this girl. I mean, she's knocking, and you know, for those of you who are saying, oh, well, she's talking about women in Africa, but guess what? There are some fine women in Africa. So all of their women, first of all, none of their women look like apes. I'm African and I take big offense at this because this is how Africans used to be referred to, as monkeys and apes. And for Kim to, what nerve. Oh, I have to move on because I want to just hit my computer screen. Okay, Charlie Sheen, here's another bright one. He gave out his phone number on Twitter. Here's my number. Call me, bro. All right, and I'm sure everybody else that read that called him too. What are they thinking? I'll never know. But anyway, moving on. Osama bin Laden is the only one who knows exactly what I'm going through. Now, this was R. Kelly's tweet. And on some of these tweets, I don't have the actual screen capture of the tweet either because it was a long time ago and it's since been deleted. Or in the case of some of these celebrities, their PR people or somebody in their camp said, oh, you want to retract that tweet because it's not cool. And so they pulled it before I could capture the screenshot. But this is definitely from R. Kelly, and he's comparing himself to Osama bin Laden as being the only one who knows what he's going through. Oh, dear. Wrong on so many levels. Moving on. Smoking kills. If you're killed, you've lost a very important part of your life. Brooke, how old is she? I mean, Brooke is like, she's a mom. She's probably a grandma by now. I think Brooke is like pushing 50, and you don't know that this statement is like so idiotic. All right, next up. Dropping my new song Monday if this gets 100,000 retweets. This is Rita Oro, and I would say this is a definite example of desperation because she's telling you guys, retweet so I can drop my new album. My guess is she's going to drop it any damn way. So it's just about seeing how many people care. And, well, she's on her way. She's got over 1,000. All right, next up. Whenever I watch TV and I see those poor starving kids all over the world, I can't help but cry. I mean, I'd love to be skinny like that, but not with all those flies and death and stuff. Mariah. This woman is a multi-millionaire, but she's dumb. Dumb as a can of paint. I mean, really, Mariah? You want to be... She compares herself to the starving kids of the world in that she'd love to be skinny like them. Then starve, Mariah. If you really want to identify with that, starve. Because there's nothing fashionable about the starving kids around the world. And you could help. I would think that the thought that should be coming out of that empty head is that, how can I help? But no, vanity always rules over compassion in that fake world. Jaden Smith, again, he has another little jewel of wisdom. How can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real? And I cannot believe that 34,000 people thought this was worthy of retweeting. So I'm guessing again that they retweeted it just so they can laugh at you. Because it's stupid, Jaden. Okay, next. TMI, too much info. Keisha decided to let everyone know that she has glitter in her butt crack. And then I am Diddy. Another case of too much information. Who's having sex right now? I am. Let's make love. Well, first of all, if you're on Twitter, the sex must not be that great. And you're not having sex if you're on Twitter. So it's kind of an oxymoron, but hey, so are you. So Who's surprised? Alrighty then, 50 Cent. Here's another bright jewel. He's dropping. I'm gonna get me one of them bees from a third world country. At least she won't have high expectations. Here's a clean glass of water, baby. You know, I've always said he was a clown, and I stand by that. And to say this, I'm sure he's referring to impoverished countries where they can't even drink the water. And that's not something to make a joke out of. So I don't know who's advising you, 50, but maybe, or 50, but maybe you need to go back to celebrity school and learn how to win fans, not lose them, because you never had me anyway, but moving on. Oprah. Okay, another case of shameless promotion. Everyone who can, please turn to OWN, which is our network, especially if you have a Nielsen box. So basically, Miss Winfrey is interested in ratings, because that's what that Nielsen box is. And she's shamelessly telling people, well, I need the ratings, so tune in and make sure that you're the one who has the Nielsen box, so that your vote can get counted, because that's what it is. It's the ratings box that they put in certain households. But the winner is the Rockstar Award goes to Aaliyah Bhatt. When a fan posed the question, why do you always see lightning first before we hear thunder? Now, Aaliyah is a young girl, but her answer was, because our eyes are in front, but our ears are in back. What an assessment. Of course, it's not true, but it just amuses me sometimes how people can come to that conclusion, to their different conclusions based on what they think is the deductive reasoning and therefore the answer. That ends this edition of my desperate house niggas. And as you can see, it takes all kinds. I mean, celebrities, you guys got to step it up too, because you've got a lot of people on social media who can't distinguish between right and wrong, and the last thing they need is the blind leading the blind. I also want to before I close out in prayer, I want to ask everyone who watches this video to keep my god brother in prayer, Paul Mooney. Paul Mooney is a very well-known comedian. He wrote for Richard Pryor. He created the Homie the Clown character. He's been in a few movies. He's had quite a few movies of his own made with doing his stand-up routines. He's a very conscious, deep brother. And we've been god brother and sister for a number of years now, although we lost touch. We share a mutual godmother. Her name was Miss Wilda Labrie, and she's passed on now. But I remember when I was staying in her house during a period when I was doing some work for her, and she was the talent director for Hal Jackson's Talented Teen. And whenever Paul would come to New York, he would stay at her house. She lived in Esplanade Gardens up in Harlem, and Paul would stay with her, and we were both her godchildren, not officially, but that's what she called us, and we loved her as our mother. And Paul and I grew close, and he's always been down for the cause. In fact, the first time I ever heard desperate house niggas was from Paul in one of his routines. He actually used that term, and I never forgot it. So pray for him. Paul is sick right now, and I want us to pray for his recovery, because this is a brother that we need. We need him around. He uses comedy to address the social issues of today, and especially as they pertain to Black people. And he's one of the last warriors standing, and I just wish him the best. All right, I want to talk to God now. Lord, thank you. Thank you for the ability to make these videos. Thank you for those who watch the videos. Lord, there's got to be some celebrities out there that know the power they hold to create and make a difference in this world, and to educate people, and to show another side of what being a celebrity is about, to share their wealth, and to help those who are less fortunate, and to use their celebritydom as a platform for good. So I ask you to bring more of those to the surface so young people can learn what you should do when you finally make it, and not what they shouldn't do. I thank you for the subscribers. I thank you, Lord, for my assignment. And I ask you, Lord, to use your judgment the in the healing of my brother Paul Mooney. I thank you, Lord, for his health. I'm claiming it now in Jesus' mighty name.